This is Reel to Reel going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And welcome into the 28th edition of Reel to Reel presented by Lubbock ISD TV. I'm Jared Owens, a junior from Coronado.
And I'm Parker Haggard, also a junior from Coronado. Jared, we have a lot on the docket for today's show.
Yes, we do. And we start with some local news here in Lubbock ISD. And at Estacado, the Matadors had a small celebration for a huge accomplishment as they were recently awarded their first official chapter from the Texas FFA Association.
To celebrate the fact that we actually get to teach what drives the industry in West Texas, right here to get our children acclimated to it and to give them the opportunity and a head start and a jump start to get into that industry and really make some moves and really do some things to help influence that industry.
You know, it's just another opportunity for my students, and to know that they worked so hard to get this chapter created and it getting approved means a lot. It tells you how much work Mr. Baker and our students are putting into this program.
That's so awesome. And congrats to the Matadors. And speaking of awesome things, bright and early on Wednesday morning, students from the Byron Martin ATC loaded up 3 buses and headed to state, where actually, right now, these very students are competing in their representative competitions at Skills USA State, where we had students from almost all of our CTE and the ATC represent Lubbock ISD at the state level. We want to wish everyone the best of luck at the state competition.
Yes, best of luck to them. Now over to McKenzie Middle School. They have a program called the MAC Raiders. The program is a student-led volunteer organization where students look into the needs of the community to see where they can help. And they voted to help Lubbock Animal Shelter this semester, where this week they made blankets, cat toys, and a commercial asking for donations of other items the shelter needs. In April, members will donate the donated items and take time to play and read to the animals.
Of course, fills my heart with love and joy, and just to watch them develop empathy and compassion and realize that they can make an impact. I don't know, that you can't really explain how much that's why people teach, is when you see that and that you are able to instill that in the kids.
So what are their plans for the future?
Yes, so originally we were just going to do 2 weeks, but when they found the need was greater, we've extended the week, so we will continue to work on the blankets and the toys, and then at the end of last week of April, we'll go to and visit the animal shelter and take all the things that we have.
And at the home of the Ramirez Rams, a celebration took place. Students had the chance to slime 2 staff members due to their fundraising efforts. They raised over $15,000 for the Kids Heart Challenge. Ms. Alashan has the recap of this fun day.
I bet that was a ton of fun. And speaking of fun, pre-K students at Stewart Elementary learned how bees pollinate with a unique hands-on activity. You see, the students were challenged to pretend to be a bee. They used Skittles, cheese balls, and paper towels for this one-of-a-kind project.
So today we're learning about pollination and how bees carry pollen from flower to flower, and we learned a fancy word. Can you tell our friends what the fancy word is?
Proboscis.
And what is that?
So proboscis is the long tongue that comes out of a bee, and it drinks the nectar from the flower. And then as he's drinking nectar, the pollen sticks to his body.
So cool. So how did your little busy bees here, how did they learn about that today?
So we used cheese puffs and a cup with Skittles on the bottom, and they took their little bee fingers, they dug for the nectar, which was the Skittle, and they were to only pull one out at a time.
What's on your fingers right now?
There's pollen.
And then the Cheetos cheesiness stuck to their finger, and as it came out of the cup, it transferred to their napkin.
We pretended we are bees, and we done all the with the baby blue.
and they were able to see all the cheese stuck to their fingers and the napkins, and that's how we talked about pollination.
Jared, I actually didn't go to pre-K, but I'm pretty sure if I did, I would have eaten all the food. I bet they had a good time.
I bet they did too. And still to come on this edition of Reel to Reel, we have our first Sports Connection Play of the Week. And did you know that we have a soccer team in the third round of the playoffs?
But first, we have 2 feature stories to share from our trip to California. And do you know what's trending? Joshua gives us the details from that fun segment coming up.
So make sure to stay with us. We'll be right back with that and more coming up after this short break.
For most people, the end of the year means burnout. But not here at Lubbock ISD TV. We're still going strong.
What time is it?
We're late!
Oh, Caleb, come on!
Okay, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Reel to Reel. I'm your host and anchor, Caleb Galbraith. It's great to see all of you again.
At Lubbock ISD TV, we're always trying to stay ahead of the curve. And that's why we're so excited about the new Anchor Cam.
Hello, and welcome into Reel to Reel. I'm Jared Owens.
And I'm Ethan Martina. Hey, Jared. We start out our fun fact of the day.
We think it would give our viewers an inside look on what we're seeing.
Did you know the first independent school district in Lubbock County was formed April 14, 1907, at a 10-mile radius which included the town of Lubbock?
We might have just changed the broadcast game.
And just when you think our show couldn't get any cooler.
Welcome back to Reel with hosts Jared Owens and Parker Haggard. Sports with Angel Boyd. Weather with Nevaeh Cairns. And trending now with Joshua Baca. Now back to the desk as we continue our 28th episode of Reel to Reel.
Welcome back to Reel to Reel. Jared, we're on episode 28 of the school year. Do you remember when we hosted the 3rd episode? Man, we have grown.
We really have. All of us have. And it's really cool to see our confidence on this show now.
Right. You know, last week, we had students return from California in the Student Television Network Convention, and we saw some of their work on last week's show.
Yes, we did. And we have 2 more stories to showcase today. Unlike Lubbock, the city of Long Beach has been having once-in-a-decade rainstorms.
It's caused some issues for their residents. Our own Micah Papas and Sarah Rose have the story.
Well, Sam and Bella, the weather here has been anything but sunny at 75, and it's leaving Long Beach residents to clean up Mother Nature's mess. City of Long Beach workers are having to spend extra time shoveling pathways just so people can walk through the beach.
Shoveling up all this debris from all the sand that from the last couple of weeks of all the weather, rain and heavy winds. This is probably the worst it's been. It's usually a little bit of rain in this, but it's gotten crazy the last couple of weeks. Usually we don't have to do all this. We usually just do right here, but this is all walkway, so we got to clear up all this stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's going to take, I'll probably be here all day.
Just a few miles away, another municipal branch was hit just as hard. And because of this unusual weather, city projects are becoming more and more delayed.
We're not used to it at all. The rain is definitely new to us. We have to slow down our building projects. We have a few projects where we're building parks. But when it rains, man, it washes our trenches away that we dug for our pipes. It washes our holes that we dug for our trees and our plants. So it's kind of a battle, but it's not one that we don't mind because the plants get to live.
Despite the weather, there's a clear consensus that Long Beach residents are willing to put in the work to keep the city going. For The Connection, I'm Micah Pappas.
Great feature there from that group.
They did a great job. I wonder how long it took that guy to shovel all that dirt.
I wonder too. Now, last week we showcased our video that got 3rd in the nation for a feature story.
That was a great story. And today we showcase our team that got 5th in the nation for a natural sound story.
Let's see the hard work of Gary Regner and Max Kinzer.
I've lived in Long Beach for 8 years. So I think it's amazing that a lot of people are choosing to adapt or adopt a more green lifestyle when it comes to transportation. But I think it's amazing, particularly in Long Beach, that we have such a large community that cares about the environment, especially when it comes to like transportation and you know, emissions and things like that.
Go Beavers! Outdoor activity in Long Beach is extensive. When I was about to retire, the office moved to downtown Long Beach, and I would take my bike because it was only like 4 miles.
I mean, Long Beach is supposed to be a very bike-friendly city, and there are lots of lanes. I mean, I feel safe riding my bike. I'm very careful. You need to be, but yeah, no, and it's a great community. You know, people. It's a great way to get around.
If you go into the communities here in Long Beach, you do see that, again, a lot of us use ride sharing. A lot of us use like the electric scooters, and a lot of us bike to get where we need to go.
Great work by our team, and congrats on them getting 5th in the nation.
Absolutely. Of course, check out our social media channels at Lubbock ISD TV for all of our videos and stories from our trip to California for the Student Television Network Convention.
And with that, Jared, let's transition to the part of the show where we showcase the trending news.
Joshua Baca now as he's at the Trending Now set. Joshua?
Thanks so much, Jared and Parker. I'm so excited to host this segment because we get to cover the trending topics right now. Take a look at this special sighting of a wolverine in Oregon. No, not that wolverine. This one with a bushy tail, blackish brown coat, and a pale brown stripe along its side. Wolverines are rare and listed threatened in Oregon. These photos are taken along Columbia River near Portland, confirmed the first report of a wolverine outside of the Wallowa Mountains in more than 30 years. According to the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife,
we were all just, oh my God, what's happening? What?
What's happening? This barred owl was trying to take Buddy the parrot and make him into dinner. After multiple attempts to break through Buddy's window, his owner, Cynthia Auger, says the owl finally flew away, or so she thought. The next night, the owl came back to the New Hampshire home again to stare at Buddy for hours. And while the situation was no shoot for Buddy the parrot, he is safe. Famed composer Ludwig van Beethoven saved locks of his hair so future scientists could study his elements. And now, nearly 200 years after his death, they have done exactly that and gotten some surprising results. This composer famously had progressive hearing loss as well as gastrointestinal problems. The sample also showed evidence of hepatitis B. They say those factors, along with heavy alcohol consumption, likely contributed to his death at the age of 56. Sir Elton John and Prince Harry made some surprise appearance to London's High Court Monday. They were there for the start of a parliamentary hearing and lawsuit against his owner of the Daily Mail. A group of high-profile figures is suing Associated Newspapers Limited, allegedly illegal information gathering. The group accuses the publisher of hiring private investigators to plant listening devices in homes and cars to record private calls. Forbes magazine is reporting that rapper and businessman Jay-Z is now worth, get ready for it, $2.5 billion. That's a pretty big jump from when Jay first joined the 3 Comma Club in 2019. So how did 53-year-old more than double his worth in just 3 years? It's not exactly clear. Speaking of artists, The Weeknd is officially the most popular artist in the world. According to Guinness World Records, the singer-songwriter, whose real name is Abel Makanan Tesfaye, is satisfactorily the most popular musician on the planet. And the organization says no one even comes close, it based on popularity rating on Spotify data. A future wizard is one-way actor Daniel Radcliffe, who famously played Harry Potter, announced he and his longtime partner Aaron Dark and expecting their first child. Radcliffe had previously said he would not mind his future children wanting to follow in his footsteps and be involved in movies, but he says he wants to protect them from fame.
I don't know where we are.
Keeping it with the movies, here's our top 5 in the box office right now. Adam Driver, 65, made $3.3 million for a 5th place finish. Creed 3 slipped into number 4, $8.4 million, putting Scream 6 in 3rd place.
I don't deserve these powers.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods is not looking super strong. It feels 68% in its sophomore weekend, dropped to 2nd place with just $9.7 million. John Wick Chapter 4 opened at bang, $73.5 million, by far the best debut of any film in the franchise. And that's it for Trending Now, sending it back to the desk with Jarrett and Parker.
Thanks so much, Joshua. We had a lot trending this week.
We really did, and I want to host that segment really soon.
Me too. Now, hey Parker, we had a few baseball games this week. You know what the weather's looking like?
I honestly don't, but Nevaeh does. She's at the Weather Set now with all the answers. Nevaeh?
Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I am so tired of the wind, and sadly, it won't be going away. As today, if you can't tell already, it is super windy. We have a gust getting up to 27 miles per hour today, as we have clear skies and a perfect temp of 70 degrees. But like I said, the winds are howling, and so I bet we'll see some dust in the air today. Let's look at our weekend forecast. Saturday and Sunday will have even more winds. Saturday looks to be the best day with 15 miles per hour winds, high in the mid-70s, and will be partly cloudy. Then on Sunday, we'll see a spike in temps with a high of 85 degrees, and we will hover around that for the next few days. As we look into our 7-day forecast, Sunday through Tuesday, we'll get warm as we get close to 90 degrees on Monday, but with hot sun comes some serious winds. We'll be above 20 miles per hour wind each and every one of those days. In terms of rain, we have a slight chance of rain of Friday of next week. We are sitting around 24% chance for Friday the 7th, so nothing special on this radar this week. Just your normal spring week here in the Hub City. Jared and Parker, back to you.
Thanks so much, Nevaeh. Wind is always the norm, and as baseball players, the wind is not hat friendly.
Ain't that the truth? And still to come on this edition of Reel to Reel, we send it over to Mr. Ward as he keeps it real with us on this 28th edition of Reel to Reel.
But first,
we head over to the Sports Connection.
That's right, Angel Boyd is standing by. From soccer to baseball, she covers it all. So stay with us. We'll be right back here with more on Lubbock ISD TV.
Let's get rolling, Caesar. Come on, Caesar, you can't keep up? Okay, Caesar, I promise that was the last time.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Let's get on the road and tell some stories.
Catch all the on-the-road stories running every day on Lubbock ISD TV.
Last year, our second-year students taught our teachers about social media. So this year, we decided to revisit.
And you just snapped. You know, you can start a streak by doing that.
A streak?
It's where you continuously snap someone every day.
Can I set a streak of my dog? My dog is much cuter than this dog.
Am I live? Like Facebook Live?
What's the story?
Hey, I moved over to TikTok.
At least you know how to say it.
Look like there's progress being made.
The following was pulled from the LISD TV archives.
It's our job to educate the first-year students on how to be journalists. It's kind of like our training camp.
In 3, 2, 1.
Read those scripts. Read those scripts. I see you back there. Read those scripts. Read those scripts. Get that blood flowing. Think scripts. Think scripts. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Type those stories. Type those stories. Check those sources. Check those sources.
Anything to do our jobs better, we're all for it.
Give me energy. Give me energy. Welcome back to Real to Real. I'm Angel Boyd with your Sports Connection. They say when people succeeded, it's because of hard work, and we are seeing success on the soccer pitch because of our team's hard work. And we start with the Monterey boys soccer team, as they are our only team still rocking in the postseason, as they beat Tascosa 3-0 and El Paso Burgess 3-0 to advance to the regional quarterfinals round of the playoffs, where they will face the Palo Duro Dones tonight. Both teams have similar records, and so that will be a fun game to see. Best of luck to the Plainsmen as they chase more gold trophies. And we do want to shine a spotlight on our other teams that competed hard all season, but came up short in the playoffs. Both Estacado boys and girls teams, the Coronado girls and the Monterey girls team, gave it everything they had in the UIL soccer postseason, and we want to congratulate them on a great season. Now let's throw a fastball onto the diamond. Our baseball and softball teams are deep into their season, and so let's take a look around the diamond at our teams. After the first run of district, the softball standings we have Monterey standing first with a 6-0 record. Then standing in the batter's box, we have Lubbock High in the fourth with a 3-3 record. While Coronado is 6 with a 1-5 record in the 4A ranks, Estacado is currently 1-2 in the district play. And now headed to baseball, we have Coronado High School with the leadoff in second with a 5-3 record, and Monterey standing in fifth with a 4-4 record. And then we have seventh, we have Lubbock High School with a 0-7 record. In the 4A ranks, the Estacado Matadors are just starting district as they are 0-1. Oh man, am I ready to see myself and my two fellow classmates, Jared and Parker, who also play on the diamond on the big screen. So now let's take a look at our new broadcast schedule for this spring for baseball and softball. We will be featuring all the Lubbock ISD schools as we showcase our best baseball and softball talent, as all the games will be broadcasted on Fox 34 News Now and will be replayed on Lubbock ISD TV. Heading over to 34th, star girls basketball player and West Point signee Kaya Smith was named to the Texas Girls Coaches Association All-State team. Kaya has been an impact play on varsity for the Mustangs since her freshman year. The Knights are getting a good one, as she will most likely be the valedictorian when she graduates from Coronado this May. And if you want a chance to get to the next level like Kaya Smith and many other Mustang Coronados, head football coach Coronado DJ Mann is offering his advice, as he's leading a seminar along with a few other athletes already committed to play at the next level. The meeting will take place in the Coronado cafeteria April 3rd at 6 p.m.
100-meter dash. Yes, sir.
That's Monterey's own Brandon Infante right there. Every week, we are going to be looking for some awesome highlights on Twitter, and we will showcase them here on our show. This is a great 6-foot, 6-inch jump that landed him second place at the San Angelo Relays. That's his RPR. That's a big time. Congrats to Brandon Infante for being our Sports Connection Player of the Week. Despite it being early April, people are already talking about football season. And I think the Plainsmen are ready for it as well, as they just released their next season's new jersey, and I am a fan. And of course, guys, it's an all-black jersey featuring their signature colors, red and blue. And I am a fan. What about you guys?
Too. My favorite jerseys that Coronado wears are the black ones, so I'm a big fan. Thanks for the sports, Angel.
You bet.
And still to come on this edition of Reel to Reel, we keep it real with Mr. Ward.
We have students competing at state this week, competing in 5 different contests.
Mr. Ward talks about it next on our 28th edition of Reel to Reel.
Of course we all love fantasy football around here, but once a year there's a group of students that play fantasy, Lubbock ISD TV.
You know what? I'm taking Galbraith for my first pick. That guy really has an on-air presence.
Oh man, Ethan. That might be the steal of the draft. He is good.
I had him as an up-and-coming star. More like a superstar.
Is there pressure? Oh yeah, tons of pressure.
There's my guy. Good luck on your show today. Well, there goes my chances of winning fantasy this year. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Bella Very Good. Today, I'm going to be filling you in on the latest classroom gossip in our audio video class.
Bella, come on.
Bella is really into her YouTube channel and personal projects. Maybe just a little bit too much.
In 3, 2, 1, Bella, you're on.
Okay guys, so I'm literally behind the scenes. This is our set. I'm obsessed.
Bella?
I love our set.
Hey man, thanks for letting me borrow your tie for the show.
No problem. Ooh, it's soaked.
Yeah, it was a struggle out there today. I mispronounced so many names. And next up, we have, Abigail? Oh my gosh. Hey, do you have any extra chest shirts I can use for next show? This shirt's a little too wet. I don't know.
No.
Welcome back to Reel, only on Lubbock ISD TV. Wow, just like that, we're back competing again. Literally as I speak today, Friday, March 30th, we have 17 students in Corpus Christi, Texas, competing in Skills USA. 13 out of those 17 are from our second-year class, and that's awesome. These students are competing in various audio-video contests, where we have 2 students competing in a drone contest, 2 competing in an audio-radio contest, 4 in a television production contest, 8 in a news broadcast contest, and finally 2 competing in a digital cinema production competition. And the best part about this is we're prepared. We've been doing news stories all year. We have done now 28 episodes of this very show, so broadcast news should be a walk in the park for our students. Of course, we've been doing drones for what seems like to be the past 2 months. Basically, what I'm trying to say is we're so prepared for Skills USA State. That is what I'm trying to say here, and it's so exciting. I am sad currently that I'm not there with them, but they are with 2 of our amazing Lubbock ISD TV teachers that are there with them, and so they're in great hands. And I'm excited to see how well they do over the next few days as they represent Lubbock ISD, Lubbock ISD TV, and the CTE campus here at the ATC at the state level. Jared and Parker and the team at the desk, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Mr. Ward. And thank you so much to our audience for tuning in to this week's edition of Reel to Reel.
Our afternoon class will be back next week, and we'll a new set of stories from our next project called Anytime, Any Beat.
You will want to see those, and so we hope to see you then.
But until then, we hope you stay happy and healthy.
As well as creative and confident.
Director, Mr. Ward. Pro presenter, Angel Boyd. Floor manager, Ethan Marthiarena. And at the desk, Jared Owens and Parker Haggard. Sports with Angel Boyd. Weather with Nevaeh Cairns. And trending now with Joshua Baca. And of course, your voice of Reel to Reel, Gary Regner. And a special thanks to Miss Sewell's 3rd and 4th period class for making this show possible.
This has been a production of the students and staff at Lubbock ISD TV.